Every year, over 1 million Muslims from across the world leave their homes, their families and their comfort and travel to one place, not for tourism or politics, but to answer a single call. Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik. Here I am, O Allah, here I am, to become the guest of Allah and to fulfill a pillar of Islam. But this year, just days before the Hajj season of 1447 begins, Saudi Arabia has issued a stern and very public warning. And honestly, as uncomfortable as it may be for some of us to hear, they are not wrong. Let's start with the facts. Saudi authorities held a press conference at the Unified Security Operations Center in Makkah, attended by Hajj security commanders, where they made one thing very clear. Hajj will not be allowed to be exploited for any activities that violate its religious purpose. They also announced that more than 1.5 million pilgrims had already arrived from abroad, and that hundreds of fake Hajj campaigns operating illegally across the kingdom had already been dismantled. Security, traffic and organizational plans for the entire season were reviewed. The message was firm. The tone was serious. Now, if you look closely, this statement is widely understood as an indirect warning against the raising of political slogans during Hajj. Slogans, flags for Palestine, and banners showing support for Iran are examples of political demonstrations or organized protests. There are surely many who will criticize Saudi for doing this because, yes, the frustration is real. Many Muslims feel disappointed with Saudi Arabia's political role in the crises facing the Ummah today, and their feelings are not without basis. Muslims across the world are watching in grief and helplessness. And when the custodians of the two holy mosques appear silent or complicit, the pain of the Ummah deepens. There is no dismissal of that point. That conversation deserves its own space, and it is a valid one. But here is where I want us to pause and think carefully. But there is one thing that needs to be made clear. Hajj is not a political rally or opportunity. Hajj is ibadah, pure worship. It is a pilgrim standing on the plains of Arafah, broken, humbled, stripped of rank and nationality, wearing two simple white sheets, completely equal before Allah. No flags, slogans or banners, just a servant and his Lord. In the eyes of Allah, we all are one body, one ummah. No boundaries define us, no flag labels us. That is the spirit of Hajj. And when political demonstrations enter that space, they shatter that spirit. Let's be honest about what political demonstrations during Hajj lead to. They lead to chaos. They lead to confrontation between pilgrims of different nationalities who have come from countries with conflicting political allegiances. They lead to stampedes, because when tensions rise in a crowd of 2 million people in intense heat, the consequences are not symbolic. They are fatal. They create a security crisis in one of the most densely populated gatherings of human beings on the planet. And most importantly, they steal the focus of the pilgrim, a person who has saved for years, who left their family behind, who traveled across the world, who is standing on the ground where Ibrahim, alayhi salam, and Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, stood. And instead of being present with Allah in that moment, they get caught in political conflict. That is a tragedy, and no cause, however just, justifies that. Many will say, are we supposed to be silent then all along? The answer is yes, because going to Hajj and staying silent does not mean you don't care. In fact, standing on the plains of Arafah, raising your hands to Allah, with tears running down your face, asking Him, the only one who can truly help, to relieve the suffering of your brothers and sisters, that is more powerful than any slogan ever raised. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said there is no day on which Allah frees more people from the hellfire. There is no day when dua is more accepted. Use that moment. Whisper the name of the oppressed nations in your dua. Whisper the names of the children, cry to Allah, and whisper the name of every land where Muslims are suffering in your du'as. And trust that Allah hears what no camera can capture and no crowd can amplify. There is a crucial distinction we need to make here. There is a difference between genuinely caring for the Ummah and performing that care for an audience. Raising a banner at Hajj, who is that for? Is it for Allah, or is it for the camera? Is it for the suffering people of Gaza, or is it for social media? It's true that the feeling behind that action must be sincere, but sometimes many people do it for a few minutes of fame, and their hearts aren't aware of their intention. Because if it were truly for Allah, the most powerful version of that act would be in sujud, in du'a, in silence. This is not about creating a spectacle in the most sacred space on earth. The Ummah does not need more noise. The Ummah needs more sincere hearts standing before Allah and asking Him to intervene. Dua is the main tool of the believer, and Hajj is the greatest opportunity to use it. Saudi Arabia's warning before this Hajj season may have come from an imperfect place politically. But the truth embedded in it stands. Hajj is sacred. Hajj is worship. Hajj is between you and Allah. Do not let anyone, not politics, not social pressure, not the desire to be seen caring, take that away from you. If you are going to Hajj this year, go with a clean heart. Go with full presence. And when you stand on Arafah, make dua for this entire Ummah, silently, sincerely, and wholehearted. That is the greatest gift you can give to the people you love and the causes you care about. May Allah accept the Hajj of every pilgrim this year. May He grant relief to the suffering Ummah, and may He unite our hearts in the only place where we were always meant to be one. Aamin.